Well, hello everyone, and welcome to week 3 of collaborative design and e-learning. I hope you're doing well. I have heard from very few of you. You just keep moving forward, and you're doing a great job, and I'm very proud. But for those of you that are learning things like Canvas for the first time, try not to stress about it and try not to get frustrated. And as I've said before, technology, anything can be frustrating, but technology specifically. So you really need, even though an online course is accelerated and you can kind of move at your own pace and do it when you want to, you still need to make time to sit down and really kind of, work to understand something or kind of puzzle piece through it, especially when you're learning something new. A lot of you know Google Classroom, but a lot of you don't. Some of you have never been familiarized with Canvas, so it's going to take you a little bit longer than somebody who's already using it in their district. So please take your time, and if you have any questions or concerns, contact me. Or if you need extra time for something, if you're like, hey, I've been working on this, but I need a little bit extra time, just contact me and let me know, and we'll figure something out. I don't want you guys to stress about this. I want you to learn. I don't want you to just rush through this. I want you to really, learn about these things and see if it's something that can help you in the future. So please take your time, make time to set aside to learn something new, and just relax into it. That's how we learn things. The more stressed you are, the worse it gets. That's all brain-based research that we, know related to our kids. The same goes for us. The other thing is too is I had somebody ask if they needed to submit a link and also screenshots and questions about why. I wanted both. And I just want to remind you guys that this is an online course. And if you submit a link might not work in the future. It might be gone. And so I may ask you to submit screenshots so that I have records of your work if, for one, Concordia was ever audited for their online program, or if somebody ever came back and had questions about your degree, I could prove that you have the work done. So most of the time when I ask you to do something that may seem redundant, that's why. I might also be asking you to do something because I'm checking to see if everybody knows how to screenshot and submit. So just know that if I ask you to do something and it seems like it might be redundant for you, there's a reason. Okay, so moving on. We're on week 3, and this is where we're looking at issues in e-learning. And one of the things that we tend to do is we tend to not think about e-learning for all. And I'm not talking just about socioeconomic equity and making sure that each one of our students has access to e-learning if we're using something in public education like that, because that's a legality issue. We have to make sure that there's equity for our students if we're going to be doing things with e-learning. But we also need to think about equity in relation to people that may have disabilities that could possibly hamper their e-learning. Or like me doing this right now. I'm doing this in audio, but what if somebody needed captions for it? Do I have something set up so that I have captions for somebody who may need captions for this? What about when I'm creating something like some type of presentation? Am I being cautious about the type of graphics I'm using? Am I doing any type of flashing lights that could like promote seizure in a child or in somebody in my class, in my college classroom? Am I doing things where somebody can react to everything through the keyboard, or am I doing something so for the people that don't have ability to use their hands, do I have it set up so it's prepared for them as well? We have to look at all of these different things, and it sounds odd when I say something like that, but that's all part of equity. And so when it's talking about designing courses, you want to look at the Prezi under the readings and the videos. It says course accessibility. It's not a choice. And you're going to learn about a specific W3C site that basically, is guidelines as to what to do and, how to make sure that you really are making an e-learning experience accessible to all students. Is it easy for them to navigate? Are the documents, the documents that you're submitting, is it universal? Are people going to be able to pull those easily without it being a struggle or a stress? So all of those things you have to take into mind. And so, you're looking at that. Now, you're also looking at an article called 10 Simple Steps Toward Universal Design of Online Courses. And I just wanted to read through this really quickly. And you can look at it compared to your Blackboard, and you can also look at it when you're looking at your Canvas or your Edmodo or whatever, your Google Classroom, whatever you're choosing to do. Notice it says include a welcoming access statement. And you'll note that as soon as you came on Blackboard, I had set up an announcement welcoming you to the class, letting you know if you needed anything to contact me. And I had my announcement set up not only so it was just to the website, but that it would send you an automatic notification that it was there, so you knew to go look for it. Provide simple, consistent navigation. Whatever you're going to do, make sure it's easy for your students to be able to navigate that site, that they know exactly where to look for announcements, for emails, for assignments, for discussion board. They know exactly where that is on their LMS. Okay, model and teach good discussion board etiquette. That's huge. You don't want people being inappropriate on your discussion board. And that's something that we always talk about in Concordia, that, be kind, be thoughtful when you respond. Don't be rude. Don't use cuss words, be professional, be academic. Use color with care. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. This is a big one. A lot of people want to do these really interesting, Google Slides or PowerPoint presentations or, LMS platforms that like have all this color and pattern and stuff. A lot of people can't read that. A lot of people can't read very easily certain, color fonts on top of certain backgrounds. And you want to keep it, as simple as possible when you're doing, an e-learning class. You want to make sure that text is readable, that it's not too small, that it's not too fancy, that it's simple for somebody to read, clean on the eye. And I think I talked about the other things. Oh, and PowerPoint presentations. Remember that when you're doing something like that for an e-learning class, it's not like in the classroom where it's just bullet points and then everybody's listening to you lecture, or they're doing something in class together that's giving them all the information. When you're doing a PowerPoint for an e-learning class, you have to make sure that that information is in there, not just these short, bullet points, that nothing's left out. So there's a lot of things to think about, with e-learning classes. And it's all well and good to use technology, but it's not going to be well and good if you don't make it so that your students can really comfortably learn from it, that they're able to access it at home, that they're able to navigate when you're not present, and that they're able to read everything, and that if you have any special needs students, that you've made sure that you've done your homework and you've made it so that they have universal access as well. So these are some of the things that I want you to think about this week. And, you can contact me as needed, as always. And you're going to be looking at Edmodo this week, and that'll be fun. I think that'll be interesting for you to see. You've got a discussion board for week 3 and a checkpoint. So just make sure that you stay on top of your time and that you try these things and see if you like them. Doesn't mean that you have to use them for the rest of your life. Just give it a try. You might find something that, is really going to help you out. And if it doesn't help you out, maybe it's going to help somebody else out in your district or at your school site. And you're going to be able to be, a leader in that respect. So that's about it. I want you to have a good week, and I will talk to you all soon, and contact me if you need me. Take care. Bye-bye.